What's up, guys? As you can see, got a mad sunburn still compared to. See, it's like really red, and then this is already tanned out. And my sides right here are white. Alright, today's video is like, it must only make sense to you, in the sense that take everything as a grain of salt, and the things that you enjoy, take those as not bigger, you know what I mean? Like, in a sense of, obviously, when it comes to making sense, like, it has to be rational. So, you know, normal thoughts, normal things, not like, oh, it makes sense to me for me to go, you know, do this to a person. No. Obviously, you know, it still must remain positive as well. But it must only make sense to you in the sense that, you know, any positive or negative thing that doesn't necessarily involve you as a person or you as a character, or how you want to present and how you want to be as a person, not how you want to present, but how you want to be, then it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean anything to you, you know what I mean? Like, it's a grain of salt. And it only making sense to you is like, you know, if you meditate or you do videos or you do TikToks or whatever, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna post this video or whatever, and it doesn't do well, and you're like, oh, well, I guess nobody wants to see that video. But it's like, no, because to you it meant something. So to you there was a reason. To you there was a purpose, there was a feeling behind it. And that's something you should keep. So although it may have not, and I did get this video from Profound Pondering, you know, shout out to him, thanks to him, I'm gonna tag him and everything, as always. But he said, like, to him at first YouTube wasn't like too big or whatever, and then he was just doing his videos, making his videos, doing what he felt like and what he wanted. And, you know, he had a few different parts of success on YouTube every now and then out of nowhere he blew up. And he was like, well, that's because that's how I felt. That's how I wanted to feel. That's what made sense to me, making those videos that, yeah, my first 200 videos, you know, didn't get a lot of traction, but it helped people, it helped me, it helped them, and it's what I wanted to do. And now look where I'm at, you know, he's at like, you know, like something like 177,000 followers or whatever. You know, his videos get a lot of likes, a lot of views, a lot of comments, and I'm like, I also need to remove that from myself, because I have kind of, not an envy for him, but I feel like I hold him kind of at too high of a place to where it makes me have a little bit of jealousy, and I need to remove that from myself and not have that, because I don't know, I'm saying it needs more light. My thing's saying it needs more light. I'm gonna scoot it up a little bit. There we go. He was like, it's just what made sense to me. You know, meditating every day makes sense to me. You know, my friends ask me why I meditate. I'm like, it's because it's what I like to do. And that's what I'm struggling with a lot, is just finding what I want to do for my future. But I have to realize that what I do in my current moment is what my future is going to be. And what I'm doing in my current moment is what I find the most enjoyable. That's how you figure out what you want to do with your life and how you want to do and what you want to manifest. Like, I know when I'm older, I want to, you know, have a lot of money, have these nice things or whatever. And I was like, how can I do that now? And I was like, well, maybe it's not necessary right now. Maybe I'm too focused on the future, where I should be focused in the present and enjoying my current moment and what I'm doing now. Because I'm so focused on, oh, how can I be a millionaire and have a lot of money when I'm older, and, you know, have these nice cars and be able to go do these fun things whenever I want to. But what I'm realizing is that the things I do now, the things I do today, like working out, I enjoy working out. Dance, I enjoy dance. Like, dance is a career I can make out of. And I'm over here in my head like, oh, well, if I tried this business strategy and this and that, But that's not the right thinking, because what I do now is what I have fun. I enjoy posting content, which is what I love doing. I've always wanted to be, like, a social media influencer. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. So influencer, sorry, here's looking a little funny. Influencer, dancer, actor, singer, like that kind of stuff. That's always been my musician. Like, that's always been my alley, my avenue. And so I realized that instead of focusing on that, I need to focus on what I do day to day, what I love to do every day. And I also need to realize that every day is a new day, and every 24 hours is a new 24 hours. So the problems I had from yesterday, although it's good to look back on, it's not good to ponder on them, because then you become obsessed with that, and then you lose the present moment. And I also don't need to be too focused on the future, because I need to think about the future, but I don't need to focus on the future, because if I focus on the future, then I'll lose the present moment. And I don't want to say the present moment is what you're trying to maintain, but the present moment is what you're trying to maintain, because you want to always be in the here and now, not the then or back. Well, not the then or there. There you go. And that's hard. It's hard to stay present. Like, it's hard to stay in the moment and be here. Even today, like, today I did nothing. Like, I just played games all day because I didn't have work. And I was like, like, to me, this is boring. I'm not having fun. I'm not doing anything I like. I mean, I got to drive, but other than that, I drove around a few times, but other than that, like, I didn't do anything. I just played games. And I'm just kind of waiting till tonight to work out or record my video. Oh, well, then why don't, now that I'm thinking about it now, I could have recorded another video, or instead of doing this workout, I could have went outside and jump roped, or, I like taking cold showers. I could have took a cold shower, which I'm about to go do that after this video. I could have stretched, any of that. And that's me disassociating and thinking about the future, because that's what I was doing. I was playing my game, and I was like, well, what kind of business ideas could I do? What kind of things could I have? Oh, if I were to do this, maybe this is how it would end. And I lost the present moment. But as of recording this video, that's why I like making these videos, because these videos make me think in the present and how I feel right now, and what makes sense to me right now. What goes back to the topic of the video. Yeah. So it only has to make sense to you. If you do something you love and nobody else loves, and they think you're weird for it, as long as it's rational. I'm not promoting you to go out there and commit manslaughter or mass genocide or any of that, but if whatever you do you find entertainment and joy in, that's normal, then follow that. And if someone says something, just be like, you know what, bro, don't say, okay, well, that's negativity, so don't offer that, but be like, well, then they're probably insecure about themselves. In their mind, be like, well, if they're batting down on me for trying something or doing something, that means they're too scared themselves to do it. And that's not negative to say or negative to be. Now, if you can say it in a negative way, be like, oh yeah, you're insecure about yourself, or you don't know how to love yourself properly, you don't know how to give yourself you don't have self-comfort, any of that, like, that's negativity. But just stay present, and whatever makes you happy, whatever gives you the most positive energy, there you go, whatever gives you the most positive energy in the current moment, stick with that until either it doesn't give you that, and depending on what it is, don't ever just be like, oh, well, I'm having fun doing full-time TikTok, I'm not making any money yet, so let me quit my 9 to 5. Maybe not the smartest idea. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, but make sure your decisions are accurate and smart, and not, which if they are, then that's cool. Alright, I think that's it for today's video. Just remain present. If it makes sense to you, then do it. As always, never stressing. I was stressing today, but still pressing. The man who believes the journey is over is truly lost, and is worse than the man who knows to continue fighting. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Ciao.